Peace, everyone.
Blog Talk Radio.
Peace, everyone. Baba Kilindi here with the Entheogenic Explorer show, and glad to be here. Hope everyone can hear me. Hope the connection's good and we're not having any difficulties. So it's been a week since the last show, and we're coming to bring more information to you for your pleasure and for your learning. So we hope to do that for you today. Let's see here. Okay. Well, like I said, I hope everybody can hear me. Why we take mushrooms, and why I think everyone should at least try them at least once so that they can, have a chance to have this experience and get a chance for everyone to understand that there's more to our lives and our consciousness than meets the eye, and more than just the regular five senses that we have, and the getting a chance to know that there's more. That's what the Kakyan was for in ancient Greece. That's what the age set initiations are for with entheogens, to let people know that there's more to this than we see in the regular day-to-day things that we do and that we experience in the normal consciousness. So why we take mushrooms? We take mushrooms for knowledge, because they are a facilitator of knowledge. We take mushrooms so that we can get a chance to be in a novel reality, a reality that's not the same as ours, and it is a reality. It's not just a one-shot deal as far as who we are and what we are. We're immortals, and we're only speaking to the choir here. There are many folks that aren't immortals, but we are getting a chance to had a little blurb there. Sorry about that. Yes, so we're back. Why we take mushrooms? We take mushrooms so that we can, again, know that there's more. That's what the age group societal initiations are for, so that they know that there are separate realities, extra realities, so that we know that there are other things and creatures and all of that. So it's time to relax and get into this show. Okay, we're waiting for a couple of things to happen here. Okay, good. Let's get started. Why we take mushrooms? Why I take mushrooms? I take mushrooms so that I can tap into the mystery, so that I can see and hear, feel, and experience the extra reality that exists outside of our time-space continuum, to go where no one has gone before, to be able to experience what no one has ever experienced, to see what no one has seen. This is why I travel. It's not for medicine and healing, although it can be utilized for those things. It's for knowledge. It's for wisdom. It's for understanding and a real experience, because most of the areas of spirituality that we deal with and talk about aren't experiential. They are tales given from one person to another about what was in the past, or what is the possibility of the future. But as far as a true experience, that's not what these things deliver. The true experiences come through the entheogens. It comes through the accumulation of endogenous neurochemicals that are virtually indistinguishable from the exogenous chemicals that are in plants and animals and frogs and insects and all matter of creatures. What we try to do is give ourselves a period of being able to be up on this thing. In other words, to be able to do it when you want to, at the time that you feel like it, rather than waiting for that great epiphany to happen inside of meditation. Okay, hold on here. Let's go live with the... are you there, host?
Yes.
Guest host. Okay, good. Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can.
The co-host is on the show, Sister Omalewa, who will give the feminine point of view, so that you don't just have to listen to me all the time, from the man's point of view, and to kind of keep me, on point, and to be the co-host, to hold the ship down when I'm not here, and to be able to give us a good rendition of her knowledge and her entheogenic savvy inside of this thing. So we're going to let Omolewa introduce herself and tell us why she takes mushrooms.
Greetings, everyone. How are you? Greetings. I am Omolewa, medicine woman, healer, placenta alchemist here in Michigan. We take Indian for many reasons, for healing, depression, anxiety. Some people over childhood trauma. Men, women from abortions, hysterectomies, polycystic ovarian syndrome, just different conditions. Other people, like Baba, use it for more multi-dimensional transhuman work. So it varies, just depending on what's going on with the individual.
Okay, sounds good. Well, you can see that she's into the women's mysteries and baby stuff, and being a doula and all that kind of stuff. So it goes right in harmony with the theme of this year's Women in Entheogens Conference coming up in Cleveland next month, the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And our theme is entheogens, psychedelics, hallucinogens during the whole process of birth, before and after birth, of course, during gestation, and also before you
Fertility and
even get
preconception.
busy. Yeah, preconception before you get in, then post conception, then after the birth and into the baby breastfeeding. So we're really breaking new ground. Well, it's not new ground, but very controversial ground.
Reintroducing reintroducing this work, remembering this work from the ancients, from our ancestors. It's such a torch to be able to carry with the medicine, helping families, evolving, um, healing karmic debt, past life things, you know. So I'm looking forward to the conference and the knowledge it will bring. I'm looking forward to learning new things myself. We have a phenomenal lineup of speakers, vendors, tribute to Kai Wingo. So we're just really excited about the upcoming conference and what it will bring and the paradigm changes and shifts that it will continue to make.
Well, most definitely. Where, as Omalewa was saying, it's going to be a wonderful lineup and a wonderful group of women. No men are speaking, although men are invited to come out and participate and be part of it and learn from the sisters. I know I'm looking forward to getting a chance to learn some new things from a different vantage point, because many times when you're involved in something and you're inside of it, you see your point of view from it. But this way, especially at this conference, you'll be able to come and ask your questions. There'll be panels, there'll be individual lectures, all these different type of things that go into having a world-class conference that is as affordable for the folks, on the ground folks, not $500-$600, very reasonable. So we want y'all to come out. You can go to Detroit psychedelics with an S.com. That's the website, and you hit the Women in Entheogens drop down, and that'll give you the bios and lecture topics that the sisters will be speaking on, and you can also register on Eventbrite at the 2017 Women in Entheogens Conference. So we're looking forward to you all coming out. We're looking forward to having a monumental conference, because, like I said, this is something that nobody else really wanted to touch, and that's worldwide. That's if you go to Cambridge, Oxford, Eton, Stanford, University of Michigan, they all have psychedelic clubs now. They're all building psychedelic clubs now, and meetups and things like that, because this is the hottest thing going, and many times we don't see that, because we're dealing with our daily lives. But on campus and then at the universities, these things are going on all over the place. I think it's not a thing going. Wouldn't you say so, Omalewa?
Definitely, definitely. We both have people reaching out from all over the globe, asking questions, looking for suggestions for setting, environment, dosage, follow-up care, all those things.
Yeah,
It's
well,
the most transformational thing going, I would definitely say.
yeah, and people, it's gonna get to a point very quickly, and there's going to be those who have taken the journey and those who haven't taken the journey, and those who haven't taken the journey are going to be kind of left out, because changes are happening.
Well, Baba, that's okay. That's okay to be left out. Everything isn't for everybody. So we're just kind of focusing. Yeah, we're focusing on the people who are excited about it, ready to overcome their fears, ready to overcome their insecurities, and really be better. Operate from their higher self.
And overcome the last 40 years, 50 years of propaganda that they've had against the psychedelics, which was all just that propaganda, mind control, MK Ultra, all of that is just part of what they have done to make people move away from the psychedelics and the entheogens, hallucinogens, and just say that, oh, these things are bad. These are things that that no sane person should do, and things like that. When it's the exact opposite. There's studies out about how psilocybin, of course, my my entheogen of choice, grows new neurons in the adult brain. How trauma from things like stroke and things like that, psilocybin helps, and things are going on all over the world with these studies. So we're right at the beginning of a new paradigm, of a new shift, of a new day. And I think it's good to be in on that particular mindset. That we're looking into. We're looking down the barrel of a new way of existence.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, as far as why we take mushrooms, it's to be more, and that's really what my main goal is with it: to be more, to be able to think new thoughts, be able to bring in new concepts of understanding, and being able to master the consciousness under the influence of these very powerful. As I said, they should definitely be respected. They should be taken responsibly, and in doing that,
in a sacred way,
gain so much. Yeah, you gain so much from that, from doing it like that. Some folks do it for party doses, for the side trance and other things, but many times even taking it in a recreational or a party type of atmosphere, you can it'll drag you into the more serious areas of mind with this thing, and into the higher doses. I know many people start out taking 3.5, 2 grams, and got caught up and started to taking the high dose and getting true entheogenic experiences, and getting a chance to ride the dragon, as they say. Yeah. So, we're looking forward to the conference coming up. We also, it's a thick month. We have our martial arts conference too, which is the WAMA conference the week after the Women in Entheogens conference. So all you martial artists out there, want you all to come through also to that. We'd like you to come to the Entheogens conference, because entheogens and martial arts go together like hand in glove. That's how you get your higher level practice. That's how you get your spiritual martial chops together, as far as dealing with your power. Whether you call it chi, ki, jom, mangani, mana, whatever you call it. The spiritual energy and spiritual force is increased and more fully realized and visualized under the influence of the entheogenic persuasion. So martial artists come out too. We're going to be having, as I said, we're going to be having a wonderful time. Y'all need to come out. We're going to have some pizza, and you said we're going to have some pizza. Going to have some pizza and get a chance to commune and honor Kai, of course. Honor Kai and spread the knowledge and the information, which is so important. Yeah. So, and as a matter of fact, you'll be one of the presenters there. You'll be doing a actual workshop on
I will
Sunday
be
morning.
doing a PF Tech demonstration for those of you who wish to learn, who wish to cultivate your own sacred plant medicine. I will be doing a demonstration. So I'm excited about that.
That's
I
yeah.
love to grow. I love to cultivate different types of sacred plant medicine. So being able to grow it and help it thrive, and knowing that it's a tool that's going in to heal and transform lives, to transform relationships, to transform families, and people's mental health. It's a great thing. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you all.
And the PF Tech is psilocybin fanaticus. That's a growing technique which really exploded back in the 80s and well in the 90s. It really exploded and gave the average guy and gal the ability to create the powerful entheogen in the confines of their own closet, uh, basement, attic, under the bed, and it's sustainable. You know, many times we look to things like ayahuasca, which is the poster child of entheogens right at the moment.
I
You know,
know, I know.
South American brew, and but ayahuasca is, you know, is becoming challenged because of the over harvesting, because of all of the people all over the world now seeing that ayahuasca is the thing, going to South America or buying it off the internet, you know, by doing all the different things that are necessary to get the ayahuasca or be a part of an ayahuasca ceremony. While it was contained within the villages and the areas of living in South America, there it was just fine. But when it started opening up to the rest of the world, you got people coming from Austria and Budapest and from France and from the United States and Australia and all over the world, you know, to come down here and take this plant medicine. And it can't, you know, it can't take the heat of everybody wanting to get there and do it. But the thing about mushrooms is that mushrooms, they've niched themselves at the bottom of the food chain. In other words, they grow on the lowest of the low. The psilocybin mushroom loves dung, but it'll grow on rice flour, it'll grow on straw, you know, it'll grow on a lot of different media, you know. So you don't have to be attached to the plant growing in its natural habitat and being over harvested, just like the same with the ibogaine or iboka. You know, they're over harvesting it because people around the world are finding out, oh, this is something I want to do. So they're running from every place around the world to get this shrub bush, and it's being over harvested. But you can't over harvest the mushroom because you can take refuge from your kitchen, from your house, paper or whatever, and still grow mushrooms on it. So it's very sustainable. You know, you can sustain it, and once you understand and learn how to grow, all you need is one spore print, one spore syringe, and you can perpetuate that mushroom strain continuously for the rest of your life, and pass that same strain on down to your grandchildren and great grandchildren, and they can continue to grow those mushrooms. But I don't think it's going to come down to that, because I think we're going to be so far advanced very quickly because things are moving exponentially, and it's like a train that you think is moving slow, but before you know it, the train is on top of you. You know. And it's the same with human consciousness and entheogens and what we're trying to put forward and how and why we take mushrooms. It will happen so fast will be something different so quick we won't even know how the transition happened. You know, we'll just be walking one day, and then the next thing you know, we're walking, but we're 6 inches above the ground. Yeah. So yeah, that's where we are. We're in the birthing canal. Since birth is part of it, we could use those analogies, um, those metaphors. You know, we're in. You know, we're getting ready to crown, that type of thing.
The Ring of Fire.
Yes, the ring of fire, and there's always a little bit of difficulty, a little bit of uncomfortableness when a birth is happening, and that's for mother and child. So that's for the earth and the multiverse, which put us out here, and for us also. So there'll be some uncomfortable times, but once we're through it, you know, then we got some good food, you know, some good breast milk, and some, you know, some meeting of new friends, being held, being warm, those type of things. So we just have to hang in there and persist and have tenacity and not give up, and know that the good things in life are coming to us, even though it may look bleak at the time. No matter how long the night, the day is sure to come.
And really, everything we need is already here, and that's just kind of what the entheogenic work does, is to help us to remove the blockages and to have a better perception of what is, not what we want things to be, or a lot of times our perception comes from a negative or unhealthy place. So just removing the blockages and clearing out the foggy and stained windows and mirrors so that we can see ourselves more clear and others and the world around us.
Well, most definitely, because the world, you know, is, you know, experiencing some cleansing cycles and some energy cycles that are coming to the forefront, which we've never experienced. You know, just like the hurricanes and the floodings and things like that in places that normally doesn't happen. You know, um, getting things back to back. You know, so we have to look at how nature is responding to the new paradigm shift, how we can make a approach to this thing from the vantage point of being able to say, this is what we're doing, this is real, this is part of how we understand the mystery of life. So, you know, when we get a chance to have the privilege to come and talk to folks on the radio, you know, then we have the responsibility to go ahead and share the information of the entheogens, which is hard for some folks to fathom. It's hard to believe the power of these things. You know, people they really don't understand until you get in there and get going. When you say Omalewa. You there, co-host? Nah, I don't know what happened, but we're
here. I am. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Sorry. I was just saying that what you were saying is true, and that it really depends on where people are in their spiritual lives, where they are in their spiritual work. Some people haven't cultivated their spiritual selves. We tend to be brought up in more religious capacities, and it's kind of based on outer energy, outer beings, someone in the sky, and we don't know what meditation is. We don't know about spiritual bathing. We don't know about chakras and healing or how trauma affects us. How even in the body, the muscles, the tissue, the cellular memory. Some people just aren't aware. So everyone's not fearful or afraid. Some are just unaware and still gaining the knowledge, which is okay. You don't have to jump on the bandwagon with everyone else. It's when you're ready. It's when your spirit calls out to this work that you can be more effective in it and take it in the sacred manner and really get the best effects from it.
Well, it's definitely about being able to do the things that are necessary. I say everybody should take it, but I know that everybody won't. It's just a wish, because if everybody took entheogens, we'd have at least 70% of the problems of the world licked. 5 we could do just by plain common sense, which would leave 25%. And you figure, hey, if I only have 25% of the problems that I have right now, then I'd be in good shape. Definitely be in good shape. But we need we need more people to start moving into the higher doses, what I call the true entheogenic experience doses. The smaller doses, you're still here, partially here. You're in between. You still, if you're in your bedroom and you've taken a small dose, your bedroom may do some finagling and you may drift in and out, but you're still bound partially to this world. With the higher doses, you're out of here, and you're not and you're not worried about the room no more, because the room is gone. You're someplace absolutely else. And what's so fascinating to me is that I get a chance to do the things that I read about and thought about and dreamed about as a young person. You look at Star Wars or something like that, and you see what Darth Vader's doing and Luke Skywalker and all the other people. And you think, well, what the heck? I'll never be able to do that or see those type of things or go to exotic places on different worlds and different dimensions. But hey, it's here with us, and it's been here with us for millions of years, and we've been utilizing it for millions of years. And it got to a point to where it was taken and hidden from the average person, because they didn't want you to have access to fundamental knowledge on your own without it coming through a particular persuasion of government or particular orders or guilds or something like that. You'd have to be in a particular place for getting this type of knowledge. Whereas, in the beginning it was available to everybody, and I think that what we're moving into is that it will be available to everybody. California is pushing for the ballot of decriminalizing psilocybin for recreational use coming up in 2018. I think that'll be, if it passes in California, that'll be a pivotal time for entheogens, psychedelics, hallucinogens, period. Cannabis, of course, is moving from state to state. And once psilocybin starts, once that goes, then that's pretty much going to be it, because things will open up. I'll even, if they pass that ballot, I'm moving to California. And you can come to the Kilindi Iyi Mushroom Emporium Salon and get your mushrooms, have grow classes, buy your equipment, all of that. And as things open up, then we will open up in all 50 states and across the world. the Mushroom Emporium. I think it sounds good. But the main thing is for people who are serious, who want to go far, who want to go deep, who want to experience at a very, very high level, those things, or those people, will best be served growing their own, because then you get a chance to take the higher doses without it being a burden financially. If you were at some point purchasing something off of the dark web or something like that, you would, you'd be paying quite a bit to be doing 25 and 30 gram trips. So the best way would be to learn to grow your own. And with California, if it opens up in California, grow classes and all those things will be, be a hot commodity. So folks who already know how to grow or are learning how to grow, you'll be well ahead of the curve if you get a chance to open up that learning curve and start cultivating your own mushrooms. So we have a lot of ground to cover. It's a very, very powerful time. I got a call from someone that's saying they just keep dreaming about aliens and UFOs and all that kind of stuff. People are saying something's in the wind, something's in the atmosphere, the energy is changing, something is happening. And of course it is. We just have to be ready to catch the wave and ride it. Because the time is here and the time is now. And I know that on a personal level, I have to dedicate myself to higher and higher doses. It's not fun. I'm on the Facebook and I talk to the people in the on the different clubs and things like that. And folks are they're dabbling. There's nothing wrong with dabbling. I take 5 grams on occasion. I mean, it's kind of irritating, but I do take 5 grams on occasion. I know folks who microdose, and they tout the wonders of microdosing. I've done it a little bit, but, I want my serotonin receptor sites to be unblemished and clear so that when I come through with a large dose, I get the most bang for my buck because it's work. It's not just being, tripping around and having a funnily good time. It's not. It's work. It's serious. So that's what we need to do.
Well, it definitely is work. Yes, it definitely is work. It's a rite of passage unto yourself, so it can be difficult, I know my first couple of journeys, I cried my eyeballs out, but it wasn't necessarily pain or anger. A lot of it was just release and purification. A lot of times, day to day, we don't cry and really express our feelings and our emotions the way that we should. That allows us the clarity and the cleansing that we need to move forward. Especially as women of color, sometimes we tend to be so strong and everything is okay and everything is all right and I can handle it, or it didn't bother me, or I don't have time to process this hurt right now. And it allows you the opportunity to take that time and create that sacred space to explore yourself, explore your emotions, explore your mental health, your relationship with your children, your parents, your partners, even past lovers. You know, we carry that stagnant, old ass energy around, and it's keeping us from being our best selves, or creates these blockages in our different chakras or in our mind.
Well, that's one of the things that the mushroom is best at, clearing out old stuff and showing you that there's something new there to see and to experience and to hold. We
also
many
with
times,
addressing the also with addressing the ego.
Oh well, I work on that concept all the time.
Yeah, right.
The ego concept.
The ego concept.
Yeah, the ego concept. But we are in a good position to be able to share with folks. We have people that listen to this show, at least from what I checked out. They're in Asia, Australia, Europe, China, Japan, all over the United States, Canada. The people are listening to the show. And as we move forward and as we get more familiar with the controls and all that kind of stuff, and we start bringing in our guests, we'll start bringing in our guests next month. And we'll be having shows lined up so that you'll know exactly what shows are coming up, on which topic we'll be talking about. It'll always be something entheogenic, and it will be, we're going to deal with children and entheogens, parenting and entheogens. We're going to deal with how we can best look at how we can move this knowledge on to people who may be just on the cusp of trying, but don't have a way to acquire information on how to do it and things like that. So we want to be a clearinghouse and source, and also want to be able to provide knowledge to people who maybe for the first time are taking these very powerful plants and fungi and getting people in so that they become confident enough to be able to go by yourself, because we look at that it is alone that ultimately the journey will be done, and you have to move to that point of confidence in yourself, confidence in your power, confidence in your courage. Doesn't mean that you're not going to be afraid of something in there or have some levels of fear, but you conquer the fear. You conquer the fear. And by conquering that fear, you become stronger. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. That which does not kill you makes you fat. Good for you. Builds up your strength and your power. You work those fear-conquering muscles. But most people have never, experienced real fear for whatever reason in their life. People, I fear the cyber bully is going to, send me something in all caps, or maybe I fear not being able to make this month's rent, those type of things. But to move towards a force, a immovable force, a unconquerable force, and look that force in the eye and get a chance to place your understanding and consciousness in a position to where you can stand with anything that exists everywhere, in all places, in all times, that you can stand. And for me, that's really what it's about, being able to encounter things that would make, that are so vast that it don't even make sense. The vastness of some of these things and concepts, and what we think is real and powerful. Let's see, is our co-host back?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we dropped our co-host. I don't know how that happened. But
how's it going?
She's back. That's good. It's going good. We got you back.
Good.
And
I'm always.
as I was saying that, we'll open up, and Omalewa will decorate the site with beautiful pictures of mushrooms and different things like that. I'm not that great with decorating and making things look nice and smell nice and all that kind of stuff. Not that you can smell through the computer, but to give information, that is pertinent. The right pictures, the right music to go along. Because I've played in the music. A lot of people who have blog talk radios, I think they just want to be DJs because they play a half hour worth of music before they get started. And of course, that's wonderful. Music is wonderful. It is the seventh of the several liberal arts, highest level. But we'll have some music, but not a half hour's worth. Yeah.
Will we open up the line for questions? Does that work?
We can. We'll see who comes in a little later, who wants to ask a question or something like that, as people chime in.
Is anyone chiming in? I don't know how that works.
Well, you see their number come up, and then you hit their microphone, and I guess that's when you ask them the question, make them live. Let's see if we can get this person in just to see. Caller, are you there?
I'm here listening. So you know how to work that button now.
Yeah, I know how to work this button now. I'm a pro now.
Yeah.
Did you want to ask a question or come in and ask a question or make a comment?
Not just yet, but if I push 1, it will indicate on there like a hand will raise, and you'll know when somebody wants to speak. So if I push 1, then you'll know I'm ready to come back.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And we'll get back with you around. We'll get back with you around the end of the program. See if you want to make a comment or ask the question.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Okay.
Baba?
Yeah, I'm back. Well, I didn't go anywhere, but was talking to our call-in person. Yeah. So we'll work this. We'll be by the time next month comes around and gets going, we'll be pros at this, and everything will be coming up wonderful. And thousands and thousands of people.
Maybe people can send in questions ahead of time, and maybe we can just kind of maybe even do a show where we're just answering questions.
Yeah. Well, they have a long chat here too, so people can. Okay. Well, I launched something. Hopefully, I'm still here, but they have a chat that is launched, and people can type their questions in, and you see them come up on the window. But
I'm on the phone. I'm not on the internet. I'm on the phone.
Yeah. Well. So people who are on computers, I guess, can type in what they want to do and or what their questions are and things like that. And then I'd like to also get questions of people, call in also. So
you talk about traveling. That people in the community are doing is using the psilocybin mushrooms to connect on a deeper level with their partners, with their significant others, to heal, to grow, to overcome obstacles, challenges that they're facing or they have faced, for forgiveness, and really seeing their true path. Because a lot of times we think we're just in each other's lives to be in each other's lives, and yet we are, but it's also on a ancestral level. It's on a community level. It's on the earthly level. Like our work here is so much deeper when we come together with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. I know everyone isn't in those type of relationships, but whatever type of relationship you're in, using it with your partner, using it with your children, using it with your sister, your best friend, your coworkers, depending on who those coworkers are. But I mean, as far as coming up with new ideas and problem solving and just what's next. Getting unstuck. A lot of times we get stuck in these cycles and don't know when to let go, don't know when to begin, don't know when to end and enjoy and appreciate life. I love the fact that the mushrooms just teach me how to be, just enjoy this human experience. Like, we come here as spirits, I didn't come here to work anybody's job. I really didn't, or to abide by their rules, really. This is my Holy Spirit. This is my sacred walk, my sacred journey, and I'm here to do this thing, and from my own personal perspective, when other people start doing this thing, we can be accountable to one another and just really expand, really change these programs to the way we need them to best serve us, to best serve our families, our children,
Yeah. Well, it's definitely about hacking those programs that we run daily. The who I am because I have a certain car, who I am because of who I know or what clothes I wear, who I am because of the house I have, or I stay in, Farmington and you only stay in Detroit, that type of thing. We need to break away from the superficial barriers and move to a point to where we can be who we are, to see our true face, to be able to attach to a higher self, a higher mind, body, spirit, consciousness, be able to do that. And mushrooms help in so many ways to facilitate us being part of the greater part of ourselves. So, yes, I definitely concur and agree with what you're saying there.
And when you tap into that God frequency, like that universal consciousness, is such a powerful. Words really can't describe the feeling, the essence of it. And when you're really tapped in, it's like you want to stay in that space. I know when I come into those spaces, I don't want to come down. Seeing the grandest vision for myself, for my family, for my community, this work is allowing us definitely to connect with our tribe. I can say that, but just really doing it, really getting off the cuff and doing the work. You know how I am. I really don't even want to talk about it. Baba makes me talk about it, you guys.
Well, for those folks in the UK, you can go to Ancient Future. Mama Yana will be doing a whirlwind tour of the UK, speaking in many of the different towns there, but especially London, coming up the 5th through October 5th through the 12th, and you on the Divine Sacred Women's Mysteries. So you shouldn't miss that for our listeners in the UK. And even if you're in, France or wherever, if you're close by, you need to drop in on those lectures. Ancient Future.
Definitely drop in on the lecture, lady. She's really dropping a lot of ancient wisdom, us witches, healers. She really goes in with that. Those who have seen her and know her, I'm sure will be there, but those of you that haven't, check her out. She is definitely amazing. You don't want to miss that wisdom.
Yeah, and all of the lectures and workshops and things that Brother Darren does there at Ancient Future and puts together for the community, and he's doing great work. I know it's it's like 1 o'clock in the morning there, but somebody's up because y'all be up on Facebook messing with me.
I love you, Darren. If you're out there,
asking me, should I take should I eat these mushrooms straight, or should I put them on a pizza, or should I stick them in brownies, or eat them with Reese's Pieces, or dip them in peanut butter? They taste bad no matter which way I do it. That type of thing. Ask me those kind of questions at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, because it's 11 a.m. and 12 a.m. in other parts of the world. So many times I'm up and sending questions with people, from folks who are around. And we got another caller here. Well, let's bring in someone from the 313 and see if they would. I didn't see nothing wave, so I don't know if they want to talk, but I'm gonna click it anyway because I'm trying to learn this. Y'all got to bear with us for the first couple of months on the show while we pushing buttons live, because this ain't the kind of show that we're NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, and all that kind of stuff. This is a down home show, and we messing with the buttons while we're in the middle of the show. Click something, click something, and everything go out. Click something, the world in. That type of thing. So let's get our 313. The 313 caller disappeared. When they call back, and we'll put you on. Have you on the show. Again, folks, we don't want to not tell you, because we're a little more than a couple of weeks away from the Women in Entheogens Conference. If you're in Cleveland, Detroit, Columbus, Sandusky, Flint, Taylor. If you're in the area within a 200-mile radius, you ought to be there. It shouldn't be no excuse. If you're in California saying, well, I can't make it this time, you need to at least send a donation. No. The donation. But the thing is that the Women in Entheogens Conference is coming up in a little over 2 weeks, and it's going to be monumental. We're going to be having a celebration to our mushroom goddess Kai, and to keep her name alive in the entheogenic world, the psychedelic world, and the hallucinogenic world, because she was a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
And she was definitely bringing the entheogens to the women, and hey, October 13th, 14th, 15th, Cleveland, Ohio. Go to DetroitPsychedelics.com. Go to Eventbrite and register. It's 2017 Women in Entheogens Conference, so you can register. So let's click in with a couple of callers. 313 caller, you have any questions or comments? You're there. You should be live. I don't know how they do it. They say going once, twice, 3 times. We're going to go to somebody else. We got a 562 person here. Let's see if we can get them in. 562. Are you there?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Glad you.
How are you?
Glad you're one of the first 10 callers of our show, so you will be blessed many times in the multiverse. Yeah, your question or comment.
Hell yeah! Well, I'm honored to be on the line. I just want to say that I'm grateful for the information that you guys are putting out there. Kilindi, I first learned about you, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, through Kai, actually, Kai Wingo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was really disappointed when she passed, unfortunately. But her spirit was really strong. I mean, I just remember hearing her voice and just the message and just her fucking, how do you say, her excitement, her
enthusiasm. Yeah, she was
exactly.
a drum major for the mushrooms and the entheogenic experience.
Absolutely, and at that time it was just it was inspiring, So I'm just grateful that you guys are able to keep that message alive in your own way and doing your own thing as well. But
well, we definitely hope that you can make it to the conference, and get a chance to get in and come on through and get a chance to chat face to face, break some bread, and really get into this entheogenic thing, because that's really what we're pushing. We're not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're not on the sidelines. We're not on the sidelines. We're straight up in this, and we're up in it for real, and we're in it to win it. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. We're gonna be coming out from Oregon. Looking forward to that event. Me, my wife Olivia. I'm bringing my 2 kids. So.
You're all welcome. You're all welcome, and we're looking forward to seeing you. You can get me on Facebook Messenger if you have anything you don't necessarily want everybody on the air to know. Not that Facebook isn't open. Not that Facebook isn't an open book anyway, but
Right.
Yeah. But a little more private.
My name on Facebook is Verde, Verd. But
yes. I know you. Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I got a voice to go with the face.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, my wife Olivia wants
Nice
to
to
ask
meet you,
a question.
Pleased to meet you also. Thanks a lot for you all coming out and bringing the family and coming out to learn.
I got your message.
Olivia, question?
Yes, I was just saying too. I got your message. Nice to meet you. Thanks for calling me.
Hey, I wanted to ask you a question. This is Olivia. I'm Angela's wife.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Okay, this is for Omo. I want to say your name right.
Omalewa.
Okay,
Omalewa.
Yes.
Omalewa.
Hi, sister. So I'm really excited to come to this conference because I've been pregnant a lot, and so I'm like I'm pregnant right now. Like I'm due in like a day. Like my due date.
Oh, congratulations!
Thanks.
How you feeling?
So, I feel really great. This is my third pregnancy, so it's different. So I'm just really interested in a lot of the topics about entheogens in women, especially like entheogens in pregnancy. And I was wondering, like, I was just curious as to like what, especially at the conference, like if you're going to be covering like what you're going to be covering pretty much around like childbirth and entheogens and pregnancy and entheogens.
Breastfeeding, fertility, a little bit of everything. Just from different perspectives.
Cool.
Other women are going to be coming and talking about their stories dealing with stillborn children or the loss of, miscarriages and things like that, and dealing with entheogens and becoming pregnant again after the entheogens have gone in to heal their womb or heal their mind. So it's just very interesting, very powerful. I'm still learning as well. I'm always in a position to learn from so many different women and humble myself to get this work and watch it happen in front of my eyes in some cases. So, yes, I look forward to meeting you and your family and seeing your belly and all those wonderful things and seeing you grow and transform.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm super excited to come and learn and grow and hear and be more a part of the community because we're on this train.
We need that. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, we love the pregnant women. Yeah.
Yes, too.
Without you, there would be nothing.
That's right.
Now you know
at least in this time's construct.
Yeah. At least it's part of the multiverse.
Yeah, definitely. But thank you both. We'll be looking out for you. Like I said, you can get me on the messenger. And thank you both for calling in. Anything else before we leave? Not that we're leaving, but I guess
no, that's it.
Getting ready to move to another call.
Likewise, I want to save room for everyone else, but thank you.
Well, thank you both.
Thank you.
Talk with you soon.
Have a good evening.
You too. Have a great evening.
See, that's a great family coming all the way from Oregon to be part of the conference coming up. We got people coming from all over. So you folks in Cleveland and Detroit, get on in there. The people from Oregon and California, New York, and Madison, Wisconsin, and all those type of folks are going to be sitting up in there, and y'all going to be standing at the door trying to get in. And we don't want that. We want everybody to get in. Of course, everybody can get in, but we have limited space. But definitely people know about this, and they're coming from all over. So come on down. DetroitPsychedelics.com is the website where you get the Women and Entheogens drop down and see the lineup about what the ladies are going to be talking about. They're going to be talking about tripping with your kids and, when you should start. Children should start with
exploring with your children.
Exploring,
we don't trip
yes.
With our children, we do not trip.
Well, it's a trip. I don't mean tripping I mean in the sense that it's a journey, journeying with the children.
Just being clear, people are listening, and we're not. We take what we do very seriously. This is very serious. We laugh, we're happy, we're excited, but it's just not always funny.
Well, we definitely know it's not always funny. But yes, so don't let the conference sleep. sleep you, or don't sleep it. Don't let it go past and you not be there, because you'll be able to say, I was there. It's a book that I have on my shelf, and since I moved my books, I don't know where it is, but I'm sure it's still around. And it's one of my favorite books, but I never read it. It's just a book that has got this old guy on it, and the title of the book is Hell, I Was There. He said, you talking about it, I was there. That's what I'm talking about. You'll say, I was there. People are now, 50 years after 67, in different places. Now people are, I was there too, that type of thing. But you'll be able to say in 2017 that you were at the Women in Entheogenic conference, that monumental conference that broke the mold and took it and ground it up and made something else out of it.
Now, I know the first conference when I went, that was really phenomenal. Before the Detroit conference, I've been to the last two, and they were really amazing. Just from that perspective, meeting new people, learning new things. It's like I don't want to use that word, but like psychedelic church almost. It's like, wow, they're really dropping knowledge. Everybody's experience on their journey, and you meet people and these people grow with you when they go on with you. It's like a family reunion that, and you meet new people for the first time, but you've met them before, And you have time, and you have time to share with them. Yeah, you get a chance to share with people, because many times, for a long time, I had these experiences. I didn't have nobody to talk to about them, or to say anything about them. I had to build my own world as far as this thing is concerned. Be able to share with people, or have peers who could say, well, when you get in there and you're about 30 minutes in and that stuff is coming at you so fast, and, if you ain't been in there, you can't really relate to what's going on. So it's about sharing also, being able to laugh about certain things, or, like getting stuck in a loop. I ain't never getting out of this. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be stuck like this forever. The sun ain't never coming up. That type of thing, So it's funny things you can reflect back on. They aren't funny at the time, but you get a chance to, after it's over, get the bragging rights. Do you know what I went through last Saturday night on 15 grams of dried psilocybin mushrooms? It's not about bragging rights. It's not about bragging rights at all.
I don't mean bragging rights in that. I'm talking about as far as community. I'm not talking about bragging rights as far as you bragging on somebody. You know that. Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. We're getting down to our last 15 minutes. An hour and a half sure goes quick. Would you have thought we'd been on for an hour and 15 minutes already?
Yeah.
You said yeah? Well, I wouldn't have thought it. Time flies when you're doing good work and having fun. And I'm glad you're on the program, and have taken up your chair on the deck of the Starship, and are familiarizing yourself with the controls and things like that, as I am. Captain Kirk didn't start out as the greatest captain in the fleet. He had to learn it by trial and error, because you're going out into a brave new world.
Well, I haven't watched Star Trek. I'm not a Trekkie.
Well, you don't have to be a Trekkie to look at Star Trek. Matter of fact, they have a new Star Trek out that's, of course, highlighting the ladies. Star Trek Discovery. I haven't
Is she
seen
a
it
color?
yet.
Is she a black woman? Is she a goddess?
It's the black woman is the first officer, and the captain is the Chinese lady who played in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Michelle something or other. They're the two main characters in the new Star Trek Discovery.
Well, I already know how I feel about that. But you can go and enjoy it.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I just don't fill my head with a lot of that extra stuff. If I want to see all that stuff, I take a journey, and I'm the star of the show. It's about me. If I'm going to take that time, it really needs to be to, it just is what it is. You know how I am.
Okay, if you say so. Also, folks, this program is a labor of love, and as we spread the love, we would like to also spread the responsibility of making sure that the show continues and grows, and we can get all the slick bells and whistles and be in the premium section instead of the basement section of Blog Talk. So we are accepting donations to the program. We will eventually put up the links to where you can go directly to PayPal and pay, and we'll also be accepting soon Bitcoins. So we'd like you to you don't have to give $1,000. We'd like to. If you want to give $1,000, please do, or $100,000. If there's some millionaire hiding back there and want to be anonymous and just drop a million or something like that on us, then we would definitely accept it, and you'd see things go up exponentially. Because we go to conferences, we travel the world, we grab information, knowledge, we bring it back, we put it where you can get it and it's available to you. You may not be able to go to all these different places and get the information, but you have some folks who do go out and get this information and bring it back. So your donation will be well used in keeping the program going and us bringing information to you. Until those links come up, you can donate to PayPal to my PayPal address, which is kilindi@hotmail.com. That's KILINDI @hotmail.com, and give to support the program, because we're gonna get better. The program will be smoother as we learn, because this is a new media for us, Blog Talk Radio, and so give a donation. We still have a few of the transdimensional crystals left that have the maps for the interdimensional village that is being built and set up, and we'll be having webinars for the people who have the crystals on how to utilize the map inside of the crystal paired with the entheogen. We still have the Yiming Zhu crystals also, which are, the creme de la creme of the crystals, the quantum computers, the actual living quantum computers. And we have, as I said, the transdimensional crystals. So we'll be having a show. We'll be having a crystal show coming up sometime next month or in November, where we'll just be talking about the crystals and things like that. So you can still purchase those. Hit me on Facebook Messenger or my email, which is the same email that I gave out, kilindi@hotmail.com. And give your donation or get a crystal. We will be putting up on the website the products that we will be sharing with the community. So be looking out for that. So start going to the website. We're going to start putting things up more and more. We're going to start putting the products up, the T-shirts, the spore syringes, all of those different type of things that we'll have available for folks to be able to purchase. So we're down to about 9 minutes. Anything you want to leave with the audience? My gracious co-host. Is my gracious co-host there? Well,
yes.
She should be. Oh, okay. Okay. Is there anything you want to share, gracious co-host, in the last 8 minutes here?
I just want to thank everyone for tuning in to the show this evening. Again, bear with us as we get through this thing and grow and continue to talk about more topics and experiences and have people on sharing about how this work has changed their lives and made a huge impact on their lives and their environment. It's a serious work. It's great work. It's a blessing. I'm truly honored to be a part of this experience here in this lifetime and many lifetimes over. So that's the fun about it as well, is really tapping into your true, authentic self, making us better in our relationships and with our gifts that we came here to share with one another. My website, sweetserenitycompany.com. Go in there, check it out. A few blogs. I'm going to be doing better about blogging. Have a lot to share with being a gatekeeper, being an entheogenic midwife, sitting with people as they give birth to themselves and rebirthing themselves. Also, spiritual bath herbs, which I highly recommend you incorporate during your entheogenic journey, before, during, incorporating the herbs, building your relationship with the herbs and the magic and the metaphysical properties. So just checking out the website and inboxing me if you have any questions or suggestions. We're here to serve you.
Sounds real good. So get you some bath herbs and stuff like that. It smells great. Opens your mind up. All of that. So those things will be going. Those are on Omalewa's website, but we'll have the products going up on the Detroit Psychedelic .com. We'll have that's psychedelics with an S. And right after the Women in Entheogens Conference, we're going to start getting ready and getting stuff up for the Detroit Psychedelic Conference, which will be coming up next year. We have a couple of retreats and tours coming up that you'll be able to get in on, that we'll be putting up in the very near future for next year. We are looking forward to the Food of the Gods tour, which we'll let you know about soon for next year. So we got a lot of things up. You'll be able to come share with us. You'll be able to come and experience new things that are off the beaten path. And, we just like to say thank you, because we appreciate you coming on. It's not a small thing to be able to talk to the people. It's an honor to be able to do that. And so when those that serve the people, have to love the people. Because if you don't love the people, you will. If you don't love the people, you will ultimately betray the people.
This is true.
And this is bigger than the sum total of the parts. It's bigger than everything that exists. It's bigger than that. This is the mystery that we are tapping here. You know, the true original mystery, not something some guys sat in the back room and figured they could get more women, more gold, more land if they got the suckers in to believe that they were God. This ain't that type of party. This is about all of us who are true souls in the multiverse, expanding ourselves, countering the negative coding that we're existing under, and putting in new paradigms to be something more, to be something greater, to be dealing with the type of things that are necessary to bring those things about. So I'm happy with the show. I think it's going to grow. I'm happy with our co-host, who is bringing new things to the show already.
I wanted to add something, Baba. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say on the website there's a contact us link, so you guys can go on there and leave your information, leave your numbers, because we're going to be doing work with couples. We have a lot of things coming up, and we don't want to miss out on anyone or forget you guys, so leave us your contact information there. We're going to be doing some retreats dealing with birth trauma, the brothers getting together and doing some healing work, overcoming traumas and things as well, birth trauma for men, again, just coming together individually, collectively, with our families, and getting things done. So again, thank you, and we will see you all around soon. We're available for classes, growing workshops, and things like that. If you have any ideas, things you need, just reach out and give us a call.
Yes, and thank you so much for being the co-host of the show. You worked beautifully. Today we'll get better. I'll know when to be quiet, and I'll learn when to be quiet and all that kind of stuff, and let you go at it. And I can, do some stuff, run the refrigerator, get some juice and things like that while you are giving out wisdom. So we're down to 90 seconds. Thank you very much, Baba Kilindi and Omalewa, signing off. And we'll see you next Thursday with another topic, and we will start giving you the calendar of what the topics will be and the guests who will be coming on the show. So thank you very much. Have a good night. Signing off. Peace.